turning your Sunday sermons and your other events that you do into engaging online content is possible. Let me tell you that today. And we're going to talk about that in the next few minutes. Hey, I'm Barry Farmelo. I'm a former church pastor and also a content creator on a number of YouTube channels. So we want to step into a conversation that's really geared to the day in which we live, where so much is happening online. So many people get their first impressions of maybe a church or a ministry comes via online. And in each and every church, we're all producing different sorts of content. Maybe it's recorded, sometimes it's not recorded. But even our Sundays, how can we take what we do on a Sunday and put it out there for those that would be interested in discovering your church, discovering your ministry? But there is a unique opportunity in today's world to do that. And technically, it's more possible than ever. And we live in a society that is more and more moving into the online medium in terms of consuming connection, even with ministries. So, I believe each and every church needs to have some form of connection into this digital space. But how can we do it? What's the starting point? And I think one of the great starting points is actually what you're already do, which is the Sunday message. And maybe you record that, maybe you don't. But in today's society, with technology that's available, that's easier to do than it ever has been. And I want to step through a number of things that you can do very practically, very easily, that will enhance your churches and your ministries outreach into your community and put eyes upon your church that otherwise would not be there, and make it more easy for people to discover what your message is all about. So there's a number of things we can look at, and so often I find that ministries can sometimes just simply upload their Sunday services, and that's a great starting point. You can put it up in its entirety from beginning to end. Maybe you put an intro video with it, or a outro video at the end. And so that is a great starting point, and many churches do that already. But I really believe we can take it a step beyond that, and we can really make it a highlight for people. And we produce, this, not maybe produce is the right word, but, we record all the content that happens maybe on the Sunday, and maybe you do put it up on YouTube. But there is a way to, I think, make it unique. And one of those ways is not just to simply upload the content, but is actually to extract from that content what is the most impactful, what is the most meaningful, what is the highlights of what you did on a Sunday. Yeah, it takes a little bit of editing to do that. Maybe the key moment, the key thought within the message on Sunday, maybe a key worship moment, maybe a key moment in a youth event that happened during the week, or a key moment in an outreach that you're engaged in. And so we can extract and we can repurpose so much of that content to really make it impactful for the people that are watching. And within all of that, I believe, because we're talking about video, we're talking about uploading, and primarily to do with the YouTube platform today, and that is very, very visual. Visual context is huge. I'm just a talking head here to you today, but we have the opportunity to make the video very creative. And maybe it's changing camera angles, maybe it's doing text overlays, maybe graphics that go up at certain points and things like that, in order to make it captivating, because of the society in which we live, so often switches very quickly to the next thing unless they're engaged. But we can do that. We can add all sorts of visual elements because it is video to do that. So that's very, very important. And I think within that, the topics maybe that you're dealing with, month to month as a church. Maybe you're on a sermon themed, right, going all the way through a particular topic, and you can be really, really creative and expanding that. And, part of it, maybe some inspiring testimonies from your church community can be added into that as well. But I believe we can actually go beyond the message, the sermon, when we're creating that online content for, again, talking about YouTube today, but we can, go beyond it. There are events that each and every church does that are maybe highlights of the month, some sort of special event. It might be more socially orientated or something, but it gives a little snapshot of the community that your church is in. And people today are so hungry for connection, friendship, community, to be accepted. And when people are looking online for maybe a church to attend, they're new to the area or something like that, or they've got a spiritual hunger on the inside. Part of that, it is the message, yes, but part of it is, what is this community, if I went along, that I would be connected to? And so it's very, very important that, what we're doing in that area, we have to be creative when we're actually doing that, because there are so many other aspects that we can include in the day-to-day life of our church that we can put in as just little video shorts here and there that will inspire and connect with people. And I think one of the great opportunities we miss in this online platform, particularly to do with YouTube, when you've done the video, when you've prepared it, and it's all set to go, whether it's a live stream or recorded and uploaded later, maybe as a premiere video or something like that, that we actually think about the title. Sometimes, pastors come up with titles. They have a great message, but the title is not that great. I've been guilty of doing it many times, and you prepare this message, then the last minute you think, oh, what's the title I can put with it? And maybe it's not the best title that would grab people's attention. So give a lot of thought, a lot of care to the title. There's so many things you can do today just to bounce it off different people. Would this be an engaging title? Even AI, you can run it through so many different programs in AI just to see what would appeal and grab people's attention, because it's going out to the world. It's not just an in-house sort of promotion you're doing. People that are not part of your church are looking at it. So what would really grab their attention? Think about the titles. Think about the description that goes with the video when you upload it. What's it all about? Give it a great description. Think about the tags that would go within, also under the titles, so that YouTube can sort of find the right audience for it. And so in all those ways, you help improve discoverability of your video and your content. And but also, I think there's another step that I want to touch on today as well, is going beyond the sermons, beyond the Sunday sermons, and doing some. I've seen some churches do amazing behind the scenes snippets. I saw one church, I think it was in Cape Town, where the pastor had a video person with him, and he arrived at church on a Sunday morning, and from walking through the doors, I think he might have even started in the car park, walking through the doors, greeting people, greeting different members of the team that were there early, seeing the production team that were there, the music team that were rehearsing, the kids teams that were getting prepped, the welcome team that was gathering at the door, and it was just like a pastor walking through, greeting all these people, and it was quite an amazing video, and I think it attracted quite a few views. So doing those sorts of things can be not just informative, but very connectional to people that are having a look at your church from the outside. So think outside of the box when we're doing that, and go beyond just the Sunday sermons. I think can be very helpful. I think another little key too is that most churches, you run some sort of training program, Bible college, some sort of maybe a devotional. The pastor or teaching pastor runs a devotional during the week. And, you how about recording those little things? They might just be short little snippets, but include them in your uploads. Can be just a video short that you put on your channel, just a 60-second snip of some inspirational sort of content during the week, midweek as well. I think also one of the other things we can do is collaborate with other ministries, other pastors that we're connected with, for interviews, for, just a Q&A and those sorts of things are always quite intriguing as well. And, as we reach out, I think one of the last steps is, after we've produced all of this, is actually promoting what we've done. And, we live in a world that is so filled with advertising and different types of promotion. And sometimes I think as churches, as Christians, we're very shy to put ourselves out there in terms of promoting what we're doing, but we carry the gospel. We've got the greatest message in the world, so we need to promote that message. We need to be out there doing it. So think about how you can do that and how it can be impactful, and just think about maybe running some targeted YouTube ads, which are quite easy to do. And you can see a link in this video to Cause Metrics, which is obviously a business that I run. Disclaimer on that one. And I've seen awesome results in just pushing the message out there through running, Google ads or running them in various ways like that, and putting your content, your church, in front of fresh eyes, in front of a fresh community to attract people to it. So have a think about that one as well. But it's all about building connection. It's about extending our influence into the community where God has planted us. And remember, one last thought is consistency is key. Consistency is key. So it's so easy to start something and then just gets too hard, and so we give up on it. So I encourage you, once you formulate a plan, how to do that, stay consistent, not just for a week, not just for a month, but stay consistent all the way through the year. And I really believe you will be amazed at the results. Hey, love you to stay connected to this channel, subscribe to it for upcoming videos and content as well. God bless.